When the pandemic hit in 2019, I worked for the second largest salmon producer in the world. Their reaction to the pandemic was not what I would have done. They reacted first, I would say, by denial and waiting. Secondly, they reacted by cutting the marketing budget to zero. Everybody's pretty nervous about losing their jobs. As a marketing director, I'm thinking about how to save jobs. Our HR department, she was really on top of it, and she was watching every day what was happening with the pandemic. So she made sure to bring in hand sanitizers, and she ordered masks for everyone. They were sent to their homes. She had masks there at the office, so that was really smart. I remember even having discussions with some of leadership where they were like, oh, you know, the weather's gonna warm up, summer's gonna come, and this is gonna go away like any other flu epidemic. I did not agree with them. I was looking at some different projections of people, like hundreds of millions of people dying from this. So we definitely had some back and forth there. What do we do next? What do we do when 60% of our sales fall off a cliff? How do you stay in business? What do you do to pivot? There was not a lot of communication from leadership. Our head office is in Chile. I think that they were talking every day, but there wasn't a lot that was talking about what to do next. Instead, what I was hearing and what was being shared with the people here in the commercial sales office in the US was we're losing sales, we're losing money every day, losing money. So immediately you think, well, we're losing money. That means we're going to lose jobs. By November, they had already cut the marketing budget for execution to zero, and then they decided to cut the marketing department entirely. And so I was let go. They had an opportunity to take advantage of what the market was looking for, which is more immunity. And they did not execute on that opportunity because marketing in seafood, at least, is looked at as an expense. And when you are losing this amount of money, well, you have to cut every expense. And I understand that. In between March and November, when we still had a US marketing department, what I did was trade on some of the goodwill that we had in the marketplace. When you have a fresh, perishable product and your sales fall off a cliff, you have to do something with the product. Our company didn't want to waste it. Instead, we wanted to use it to feed people. Feeding the people who had taken care of us and who had kept us in business seemed the natural thing to do. And so we found different chef efforts across the country, one in Cleveland, one in Houston, one in Baltimore, that we donated salmon to. We donated thousands of pounds of salmon to these various organizations so people could eat, and also so we didn't have to throw away and waste all of this product. I used it for our marketing efforts to talk about our brand and how good our product was, but what I really wanted was to feed people when people were going hungry because they were all out of work, because so much of the US food service industry was completely shut. So it worked out well. I've always been a big believer in cause-related marketing, and that was the direction I went when my budget went down to zero. Given what happened and the immediacy of what happened, I think we did the best we could with what we had.